watching Judge My Barbecue. Was that good, Dad?
Hi, welcome back to Judge My Barbecue. I know, it's been a while. But it was summertime, and we have things to do in the summertime. We did little cooks here and there, but nothing major to bring to your attention. Today, that's all changed. Today, we're going to be doing this bad boy here. We're going to be smoking a turkey, which we've already brined. We're ready to inject it. We're also going to be doing some stuffed smoked pumpkin, and we're also going to make a eggplant pie. Yeah, that's a little bit different. That's going to be interesting to watch when we get to it. But right now, we're going to inject this turkey. Now, what we have here is some white soy sauce. I know that's a little bit different. You don't usually see that in the store. I had to order it through online. White soy sauce has a little bit less sodium. It's clear. It doesn't make the marks, like especially in the brisket. When you do a brisket, you don't want to see that dark trail of soy in there. Well, this is going to change that. We're also going to be stuffing some basil leaves underneath the skin, and we're going to give it a coating of some chili-based seasoning on top. All right, so why don't we get right into it? Pretty good large bore needle here. That's very helpful. We're going to start by putting it right in here, a little bit there. Keep this breast. The breast tends to dry out a little bit, so we want to keep that from happening. And while we're here, we'll put some in the leg too. While we're concentrating on the bird here, I just want to bring to your attention this bad boy. That's a pop-up timer. What we do with that is we just throw it away. We don't need that. If you go by that pop-up timer, more than likely your turkey is going to be dry. Alright, so we're getting this bird pretty well injected with this nice flavoring agent. Get down here as well. Any of this runoff that comes out will be a good binder for the seasoning that we're going to put on top. Yeah, that should about do it. Alright, so now get this all lubricated. Get some seasoning on here. Got a nice oak wood fire going out on the Judge, and that oak will give this a nice color and some good flavor. We have them trussed up a little bit, very rudimentary, just to hold it together, so when I go to move it here to there, it'll stay together. But anyway, that looks pretty good. Let's turn this guy around. Get some in here. Get some inside the cavity. We can use our needle to our advantage, get it where we need it to go. This basil will give it a nice fragrance, and some of the oils will come out as it cooks, and that's it. Next time you see this is going to be out on the Judge, our big smoker. When we get out there, you're going to see I already have some pumpkin that's smoking, just the pre-smoke, just to get it started before we go stuffing it. Alright, so we're back with the pumpkin, the smoked pumpkin. We've had it on the smoke for about 2.5 hours now. It's absorbed some smoke, some of the moisture's come out of it. We're going to start continuing to put some more of the stuffing, which is a Spanish type rice. We have some lima beans, some green beans, some carrots, some peas, and some Mexican seasoning, and a base of, we took some Bloody Mary mix and to absorb into the rice, and it tastes really good. And we also have some steak in here that was cooked in some compound butter, and we're going to continue loading this up. The cap is still outside at the smoker at the Judge, and we're going to be finished taking this, and then we're going to take it back out to the smoker to finish it off. We'll see you later. Okay friends, we're in the home stretch now, This is going to be the eggplant pie. This is a recipe that's a derivative of Chef Jean-Pierre. He has a webpage on this channel too, so you want to check him out. He is a character. So what we're going to do is we're going to build this pie in this pan, we're going to cook it, and then we're going to flip it over. So anything we put in first is what's going to show on top. Okay? So we're going to start with a little basil here. If we can zoom in to get this beautiful basil. We're going to take the basil, and we're going to make sure this pan is really well lubricated. So we got a combination of Italian dressing, olive oil, and we're going to just make sure it's well lubed here. We got a little butter in here also, because butter is better. And we're going to lube the bottom as well as the sides. It has to be able to come away from the sides, so we've got to make sure that's well lubricated. And here we are. All right, we're done with that. Bye. And so now, what goes in first is what's going to show on top for the final product. So we're going to put a few of these nice little basil leaves right in the middle. I'm not no Picasso, so it's going to be good, it's going to look good, and it's going to taste good. And that's what's most important. Okay, that's first. Okay, now over here, you'll see we've got eggplant that's already cooked. This is eggplant that's been dredged, put in an egg batter, and then panko breadcrumb. Panko is important because when you cook it, it stays nice and crunchy because it's going to be a sauce, and we don't want it to get mushy. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the rounds. We're going to put the rounds right in the center. We're going to do a little pattern right around the center. Okay, now we take the planks. We're going to take the fat end and we're going to bring it right over and overlap. Now it's important they overlap because if they don't, when we put the sauce in, the sauce is going to leak through. We don't want that, that's bad. Okay, so we're going to make this mound here. No gaps. Just like that. Looks like we're going to have one left over. That one's going to be for good luck. Okay? So next thing we're going to do, we've got some freshly grated Pecorino Romano cheese, and we have some Mexican 4-cheese blend. It's got some Asiago, it's got some Monterey Jack, and we're going to just sprinkle that right on the bottom. Nobody ever said when you make this that you've got too much cheese. We got some cheese there, we're going to put a little more cheese. Now for the sauce. Of course I'm wearing white today, great, so you know I'm going to get it all over me. So this is a San Marzano style tomato. This is a plum tomato. We put some fresh garlic in here, some Mexican oregano, and now we're going to build the next layer. We're going to go with some more. Oh, we can actually use this last one. Nobody's going to see that. That's going to be right in the middle. Okay, so we put this around here. We went to the store. We needed 5 eggplants. Couldn't find eggplants in the store. Okay, so we did what we could do. So we're going to make an abbreviated. Usually this is multiple layers in a tall pan. We're going to put a little black olives in here. Why? Because I like black olives. This is not an original recipe. And some more cheese. Glad I didn't grate the entire wedge of cheese here because I think we got just enough. Some more sauce. So remember, this is going to cook. We're going to put this out in the smoker. Let it cook out there. Get a little, absorb a little of the smokiness. Now, all this over here, we're going to fold it up. Fold it up. Fold it up. Why not? We got the cheese. I know everybody's saying, give it the cheese. So we're going to give it the cheese. If I had one more little round, I'd put the round of eggplant right on top. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get something to weigh this down so that it'll mold itself and crisp up from all the oil and fat that's in this pan. And then we're going to take it out to the smoker. All right, so here we are. We're in the home stretch. Here's our wonderful turkey. This is a turkey that we brined for 2 days. We kept it really cold the whole time. We seasoned it, we injected it, and then we smoked it. We're just going to remove the trussing material here, and we'll take it from there. We'll let it rest after it's cooked. We brought it up to 175 degrees on the dark meat, and here we are. We're going to take off the wings. And it's really hot still. And look at that. It just wants to come right off. Here's the legs. What we're going to do is we're not going to cut this as a traditional turkey that you would for Thanksgiving. We're going to shred this like a pulled pork kind of deal. So we're going to do that off camera, and then we'll bring you back to the final product. So we'll see you then. All right, so we really are at the home stretch now. You can see over here we already have a pulled turkey that was brined, injected, smoked, and chopped. We got that ready to go. We're going to start scooping out the smoked rice that we cooked in our pumpkin, and we're just going to get a nice scoop of this going here. It's a nice crusted over the top, and we'll give that a home right here. And next we're going to work with the eggplant pie, so stay tuned for that. And here we are. If you recall, when we did our bone-in brisket, we had to flip it over on the platter. This is going to be the same deal. So let's say a couple Hail Marys and see if we can get this onto this flipped over. So the bottom will become the top. Let's see. Wow, not too shabby. I kind of like that. Must have consumed the basil leaf. But anyway, we're going to cut into it. Still some steam coming off it. There's no leaks that I can see. Anyway, and we'll see if we get a wedge out of this. So just to go over this once again, this is eggplant parmesan in the form of a pie. Yeah. Interesting. All right, so there you have it. So if you like what you saw today, like and subscribe, tell your friends, and we'll be doing more of this in the future. A little bit different from the usual pulled pork, brisket, all that good stuff. But we can do other things too. So if you have any ideas, drop it in the comment line, okay? So for now, we'll see you next time on Judge My Barbecue.